That's it. I'm going to come to what your line of direction in specifics will be. But first, you cannot deny your relationship with the governor of Delta State, who was a candidate, the vice presidential candidate. He was on the ballot box. We would have expected that that effect would have kind of at least given a consideration to him in Delta State. Would you want to describe what went wrong?
Governor Kowa, let me be very sincere. Governor Ifeanyi Atukowa is somebody I have tremendous respect for. So as a result of that, I may not go into details. I still have respect for him. He is my governor. He's been my governor for 7 years and some months now. So I respect him. But in politics, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. You cannot win all the time. So, and it is also incumbent on whosoever loses or win to do a retrospect, to go back and ask yourself, why did I lose? Why all of a sudden my success story is not sustained? So he's not the only. About 18 presidential aspirants came out for this election, and as we speak today, INEC have declared one. Other ones lost. So he's just one among some of them. So I'm sure that's what they call a feedback session. He will go back to ask, why did he lose? Or why did his principal lose? Because, he was a vice presidential candidate. But I still have my personal respect for him for whatever reason. Politically, as we speak today, by reason of my resignation, we don't belong to the same party again. He's not my leader again. He's just one of the political leaders in Delta North and in Delta State that I have tremendous respect for, and it remains as such.
As much as I'm going to feel that you're being political about your understanding of him, you had a lot of acolytes in Anyocha North. Let me even use that as a case study. Why was there not so much reaction, positive reaction from the electorate in Anyocha North for their governor?
Let me say it. You see, naturally in a Senate line, election is a reflection of the people's mind and feelings. If I'm aspiring for election, I'm from Idumujuno, for instance, and I go back to Idumujuno and I'm aspiring for whatever position, and the lowest vote that I got came from Idumujuno. The natural instinct that I will get or that I will respond to is, why did my people not vote for me? So I will ask questions. The people that hitherto loves me and was calling me names, Ake Uchanwa and all whatnot, all of a sudden cannot vote for me again. What went wrong? So I can't speak for Anyocha North people why they did not vote for him. But it is incumbent on him, it's dependent on him to, and I'm sure I know his pedigree politically. I'm sure he's going to ask questions why he did not get the expected result from the people that he hitherto calls his people. So those things are cardinal. Those things are very important, and I'm sure as an astute politician that I know him to be, is in philosophy that I study, that's what they call reflection. He's going to have a reflection on it, and I'm sure he's going to attend to it. So the question is not for me and nor for the people of Anyocha. I speak for myself, and the election has come and gone. The lessons will be learned, and remedies, if it is possible, will be applied.
Let me bring it back to you. You have been disposed to politics of positivity and progressive in intent and purpose. Will you say this moment is something you've always pushed for?
Politics have always been, in my own definition, politics have always been a politics of inclusiveness. If you are playing politics of I am the boss, I am the leader, and you are my follower, then I think you should start preparing for your retirement. The people have taken back their power, whether you like it or not. That is the norms now. They've taken back their power. You can't take it back from them again. The political awareness is increasing by the seconds, not even by the day. Nobody is politically ignorant again. There is suffering in the land. When I drive from Port Harcourt to Dumuje to Bulubu to Obom, you see suffering. You see people that are graduates, people that are intelligent, people that are not incapacitated, that are hardworking. But the harsh environment is making them to look as if they are beggarly. And these so-called political leaders are throwing carrots on them, using them for self-aggrandizement. So it has changed, but I remain what I am. I remain the Jude Baadi, the progressive-minded person. I will align with anybody that is inclined to progressiveness, that is inclined to selflessness. If there is selfishness, I am not part of it. Politics should be inclusive. Politics should be putting somebody instead of you. Politics should be at any moment, at any point in time. What should be in your mind is, what will I do to better the life of the other? You interviewed me during my aspiration for House of Assembly, and I told you the philosophy of life. One American president will always say, think not of what America can do for you, think what you can do for America. The same way I also tell the leaders and the politicians, think not of what you can always gain from these electorates. They've done their own bit. They've stood under the sun, under the rain to vote for you. Tell those leaders that say they are leaders, they have only one vote. The same vote they have is the same vote that those people have. I don't know if all these politicians have ever asked them. If you say you are from XYZ town and you say, I delivered 600 votes for you, are you saying that you the leader, casted 600 votes? There are people that made that vote to come to that number. Then where are they today? Those same people will go because of their contact, they go upstairs, they go to see the governor or the president, as the case may be, and they claim the glory. They give them all the accolades and possibly all the laggies, and they begin to choose their cousins, and possibly those who did not even risk their life for the election becomes the beneficiary. I'm glad that have stopped, and it has permanently stopped. We are going to be in the forefront to propagate and to sustain this momentum, to say never again should we justify the scars because we love the person that is holding the knife. We're not going to allow that to happen again. The power has permanently returned to the people, and they will hold it and decide judiciously, painstakingly who to give it to. Accountability will come to play.
That said, before we take a short break, you've spoken so much of the people being responsive now and taking back their power. You are a grassroots politicians. If you could put it in perspective, we have seen instances of the electorates being involved in the electoral process now, and the political actors, especially those foot soldiers, being hyper-conscious now and revolting. What were the obvious sentiments that you feel has cascaded into this extreme reaction?
See, my brother, it's a gradual process. It's a revolution does not complete in a day. It's a cycle. There are some people who react out of selfish reasons. There are some people who react altruistically, selflessly, so to speak. The majority are the people now who are very selfless. The few, the hangers-on, who is supporting Mr. A, not because they love Mr. A, but because of what they can gain. The campaign is also ongoing to let them know that what that Mr. A can give you will not sustain you for your lifetime. You have a child. If you don't have a child, you will still have a child in the future. So it's better that you forget about what you can gain from that Mr. A, who is possibly not politically capable. You need to jettison that position that you are holding to think about how everybody, irrespective of culture, religion, nature, and whatever you are, to sustain in Nigeria, take back our country, in Nigeria that will be better for everybody, where you are rewarded, where your hard work can be rewarded, where your output can bring your input in the same equal measure, where there will not be any discrimination of who you know. There is no connection. If you work hard, you get. I travel. I've been to many countries where people are treated equally. You apply for a job, you get a job not because you know the MD, but because you are qualified, you are the most suitable. That's the dream. That's the Nigeria that we dream for today. That's the dream the Nigeria that we dream today. So for those hangers on, no problem. It's a gradual process. You know, it's a process that in a no distance time, they will know that they're in the minority. And it's only natural that majority will always swallow the minority. So let's give them time. Let's not relent. Let's keep talking to them. Let's tell them that, see, we are not doing it because it is for us. My political slogan have always been, it's all about us. It's all about us. It's for our betterment. There's a proverb in our place that says, we want in Nigeria where everybody will be comfortable. If I apply the road by 12 o'clock, I'm not afraid that somebody who is hungry is holding a gun waiting for me. He must have gotten enough money and enjoying himself with his family at home. So that is what I feel it should be. So let's give them time, and I'm sure that with time it will even up.
We'll take a short break and we'll come back after this.